Hi, it's Sandy Wyllie. Welcome to my mental health channel, Inside My Holes, where I wipe away the stigma of mental illness by talking about my own struggles, having borderline personality disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, severe anxiety and anxiety attacks, depression. I talk about my narcissistic mother who terribly abused me, my schizophrenic father, my unethical psychologist who sexually and physically abused me, and I talk about the different type of therapies I had over the year and a plethora of other mental health related topics. But I only come on as a former patient of almost 20 years. I do not hold a degree in psychology. I am not a licensed therapist, so I cannot offer you a diagnosis or a professional opinion even. All I ask of you is your kindness and respect below in the comments. Please be kind to me, be kind to other people. We don't need to agree on everything, but we do need to show each other respect and kindness. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Please hit that subscribe button below in the right hand corner. It's 100% free, and that way you'll be notified each time that I do a new video. If you like what you see, give it a thumbs up, so that way I know which videos to concentrate on and which ones didn't do so well. How many people here are people pleasers? Raise your hand. I'm a people pleaser, or I was. I'm not a people pleaser anymore. I used to be. How people pleasing has hurt me. People pleasing has really made me abandon myself, because when I try to please other people, I neglect myself. Why did I people please? I'm going to go into the details of how I did it, who I did it with, and why I did it. And I think I just was so lonely at that time in my life. I'm still very lonely, but I'm different now. I'm very lonely, but I don't let anyone take advantage of me anymore, despite my severe loneliness and depression and anxiety. Back then, I was severely lonely and depressed, and I just wanted to be liked and accepted by people. And I thought the only way that I could be liked and accepted by people was to be a people pleaser, to do everything for them, never to think of myself. And the two best examples I can give you of this is my two best gal pals friends, my friend Holly and my friend Linda. These two gals were my besties, my best friends. All right. At the time I met them, Holly was in an unhappy marriage. She had 2 sons. Linda was divorced, and she had 1 son. Now Holly is divorced, and Linda is married. Situations changed. But at the time when I met these 2 women, I met them at the same place, at the park near where I live. They both had sons my age. And at the time, I was very lonely. This was when my parents both died back to back. I had nobody to talk to about it. I wasn't in therapy at this time. This was the time I just was starting therapy in my late 30s. So I didn't have like a regular therapist. I had no friends before Linda and Holly. And I really wanted to please these ladies. Holly was born 1 day before me in the same year, July 10th, 65. I'm born July 11th, 65. Linda, on the other hand, was a few years younger than me. Not much, maybe like 4 years younger than me. And I really wanted them to like me. I really wanted to have friends, especially women who had children who were my age, And here they were, and they liked me, And so I try to put my best face forward, and I try to be very pleasing and basically do whatever they wanted me to do, which means be available all the time to have them at my house, to have parties at my house, to have their sons over for sleepovers, to listen to them morning, noon, and night about their problems. They'd call me at work while I'm working, and just vent about their problems, and I would never shut them off. I would always be there anytime a day or night that they needed me. I never could go to them with any problem. It was a one-sided relationship, and I felt I needed to do this in order for them to like me. I felt, for so long I was so lonely and had no friends. I figured, I've got to do everything in my power to be likable, even if it means, them walking all over me and me abandoning my own needs and wants. Holly could call me up, same with Linda, anytime, and whatever plan she had, I would go along with it. She wanted to go to the beach because, I mentioned this story before, because her boyfriend she was dating a married man, and he had very limited time because he had children and he was involved in their little leagues and soccer and all this stuff. So when he was busy, she had nothing else to do, so she called me, and even on a rainy, cool day in October, she said, let's go to the beach, because she knew. I kept telling her, Holly, she kept saying, let's go to the beach. I said, Holly, just tell me when you want to go to the beach. I'll go to the beach. And all summer went by, and I kept saying, when are we going to go to the beach? When are we going to go to the beach? Well, finally in October, she calls up, we're going today. I said, but Holly, it's cool outside. It's drizzling and it's cool, and why did you wait till October? But of course, yeah, I'll go. What time? You be ready at 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock, I'm all ready and waiting by the door. Oh, I'm going to be an hour late. Oh, okay. No problem, Holly. An hour goes by, 2 hours go by. She calls again. It's 1 o'clock now. 2 hours have gone by. Oh, I'm not going to be there till 3. Like, what's the whole purpose? First of all, the weather is shitty. It's no day for the beach. Second of all, when I go to the beach with my husband, we leave in the morning, early in the morning, so we can spend the whole day there, And we go in August when it's in the 80s and sunny. And then the audacity she has of putting up a picture of her other girlfriend on the beach in their bathing suits, and it's hot, and you can tell it's sunny out, and the beach is crowded with people. And then her other friend says, oh, Halls, we had such fun at the beach. We got to do it again before the summer ends. And that just cut me in two. But of course I didn't speak up and say anything because I was the doormat. I was a people pleaser. And this is what it is to be a people pleaser. I'm losing my light. Why does this always... Here we go. It just went dark on me. I don't know. Did God shut the lights off upstairs? And I did this the whole friendship, and we were friends for 12 years. Whatever Holly wanted, Holly got. Whatever time, no matter how late she was, whatever she said, I jumped. And same with Linda. Same thing with Linda. I would jump, and then when my son had a birthday party, oh, Linda couldn't be bothered. Oh, my son doesn't want to come to your son's birthday party. And she tells me this after the party. She doesn't call me beforehand and tell me she's not coming. And so Holly was at the party with her boyfriend. And get this, they were making out at my son's birthday party. My son was pretty young at this point. How old would I say he was? He wasn't in high school, okay? He wasn't even in high school. I don't know exact age, but she's at my son's birthday party with other kids, and she's making out with her boyfriend in front of everyone. I don't just mean a peck or a hug. I mean making out. It just was disgusting. And of course, I was smiling and I didn't say anything. I didn't say, like, go get a room, or why don't you take that, wait, until you're out of here. And, it was just disgusting. I didn't even, I'm no prude, as y'all know. If you looked at any of my videos, I am far from a prude. But I'm not going to be making out with a guy at a kid's birthday party, all right? It's not even an adult party. I wouldn't even do that in an adult party, be making out with my guy. I mean, I might kiss him, and I might hug or something, but I'm not going to be mauling him in the corner making out where everyone can see me. And this is a kid's party. And then my other best friend, Linda, and her son didn't even show up, and she didn't even tell me. Holly was going to me, oh, where's your other best friend, Linda? Why isn't she here? And I said to Holly, I don't know, because I didn't know. She didn't even tell me she wasn't coming. I said, I expect her to be here. She didn't tell me she wasn't coming. Then after I get home, I get this message on my answer machine. Oh, yeah, I didn't make it. Duh, no shit, you didn't make it. My son didn't feel like coming. So, I know what it's like to be a doormat, to never put other people's, feelings and above my own, to abandon my self-respect, abandon me completely. And where did I learn this? As a little girl, I had a very narcissistic mother. Go look at the video, Why I'm Glad My Mother Died. I'm sure there's a couple of other ones about my narcissistic mother. If you haven't seen those videos, yeah. How does someone become a people pleaser? Everything stems from our childhood, okay? Everything stems from our childhood. If mommy or daddy doesn't give us attention, my father abandoned me when I was a little girl. He left for years and left me with my mother, who beat me to a pulp till I was bleeding, with welts as a 2-year-old. Why do you think I'm so messed up? All right? It all is because of your childhood. If you were raised with healthy, secure parents who give you unconditional love, who are stable, consistent, loving, nurturing, not abusive, then you're going to grow up a stable, human being. But if you were raised in my chaotic mess of a hellhole, I had my mother was dating men at that time. My father, so she was gone and left me with babysitters, and my father had left the house, and he was, gambling very heavily. So he lost his job, he gambled all his money, and then he was schizophrenic. He had a nervous breakdown. He was committed at McLean's Hospital. And look up McLean's Hospital. Famous people have been there. James Taylor was there. I know some other famous people. I can't think of them off the top of my head. But so, if you never got your parents' attention, then you try extra hard to get their love and approval, and you learn this at a very young age, that you have to bend over backwards. Maybe you had to be the parents to your parents. Maybe you had to be the one to listen and take care of your alcoholic mother or your schizophrenic father. So you learned how to be an adult at a very young age. So that's how I got to be this way from my childhood, trying to please mommy, so, and please daddy, so daddy wouldn't leave home, daddy wouldn't leave us. I must be something I did wrong. And my mother always blames me. It's all your fault. If you weren't around, I wouldn't have to do this, and I wouldn't have to do that. I wouldn't have to take his shit. I only stay with him because of you. So see the guilt trip that she laid on a little child? Horrific. It was horrible. But so as an adult, I try to be, please people, to be liked. I thought that's what I had to do. I thought nobody will like me for me. So nobody wants to be friends with me. And now I've got Linda and Holly who want to be friends. So I have to bend over backwards and do everything their way. Otherwise, then I won't have any friends. Guess what? I don't have any friends now because I don't do squat. I'm not going to take anyone's shit. Nobody's shit now. I've changed. I don't care. I'll never be like that again. Never. It's never going to happen. I don't care if I never have friends for the rest of my life. I'm never going to be a doormat because I'm never going to abandon my own needs and wants anymore. I did that for most of my life. I just got fed up one day and I said, enough, I got to start, taking care of me, looking out for me. And as a result, I'm alone. But I'd rather be alone than, being a people pleaser. Oh, it's so draining. Let me tell you, if you are a people pleaser, you'll know it's so gut draining. It drains you because people take and take and take. It's like a bottle of water, right? On the table, and they pour glass after glass for themselves, and like the level is getting lower and lower and lower, and then pretty soon, in this big pitcher of water, pretty soon there's nothing left, okay? They try to take more out, that's how I was, and not a drop more comes. So then they go on to another pitcher of water and drain that one, but left this one. Well, no more. Now, I'm filling up my pitcher of water, and I'm the only one drinking out of it. I'm not giving it to anyone else. Those days are gone. I'm the only one drinking out of my pitcher of water. So I will be filled and not depleted. Let the other people find their own pitchers of water. That's what I have to say about it. If it sounds harsh, well, that's what happens when you've been walked over your whole life, It's time, before I die, to start looking out for number one. Well, let me know what you think. If you're a people pleaser, if you still are, if you changed your ways, how you changed, and if I can do it, you can do it too. You just have to set boundaries. It's all about setting boundaries. I never set any boundaries, but now my boundaries are very, very high, very high. Before I had none. Now they're very high. So I tell people right off the bat, I'm not going to give any chances. If you do something that is offensive to me, that puts me down or criticizes me, or that's it. I'm out. No more. And I'm not going to let people take advantage of me. Like that girl, that woman who was a YouTuber. Do you know why she friended me? Because her pet, she wanted someone to feed her pet because she was in the hospital and she lived alone. And that's how she Facebook friended me. Yeah. She Facebook friended me. And I already knew her for a while on YouTube. Never met her before. Never talked to her on the phone. She was one of my subscribers on YouTube, another creative. person who had the YouTube channel, and I had my YouTube channel. I subscribed to her, and she subscribed to me. And she Facebook friended me, and the first thing she said is, I'm in the hospital. I have some hand infection. I need someone to feed my bird. And she knew I lived like 15 minutes away from her. I said, oh. I wasn't going to volunteer to do it. Really. That's all she wanted me for, because I was a woman her age with access to a car. So she expected, really, why would you think I'm going to go in some stranger's house? I've never talked to her on the phone. I never met her once. And I'm going to go get the key to her apartment from her other friend, who she was probably using too, and go in her apartment I never entered before and start feeding her pet bird. The old me would have said yes and jumped at it to be friends with her. The old me would have done it. But the new me, the new and improved me, wasn't going to do it. Anyway, I dumped her as soon as she criticized me. The writing was on the wall with her. But the old me wouldn't have cared about the writing on the wall. I would have just said, oh, she wants to be my friend. I'll do whatever it takes. It doesn't matter. I got to have a friend. No, I don't have to have a friend. I already have a best friend. You know who that is? That's me. I'm my own best friend. And I'm not taking anyone's shit ever again. You got that?